Good morning, Year 10. How you doing? Hope you're doing okay. I hope you're settling into working from home. What are we, 2 weeks in now? Is that right? It's your second week. Okay, so we're going to look today at Jekyll and Hyde. Just have a lesson revising Jekyll and Hyde, following on a little bit from what you did last week, which was your, if you remember, you looked at paper 1 and the prose extract. Now, actually, Jekyll and Hyde follows on quite nicely from that because it is, of course, a prose extract. So all the skills that you used last week in that lesson, looking at what was the name, Zoe and Jake in the Avalanche. So all of those skills can totally apply them to looking at Jekyll and Hyde. So anyway, if you can start off, please, just by copying your date, your title, and your learning objective into your book. That'd be brilliant. Hit pause and then just come back when you're done. Okay, so as it says there, we're going to look today at an exam style question. What I want to do is try and guide you through annotations, just guide you through the sort of things you need to look for, really. You're going to be kind of working independently today as much as I can. I mean, I suppose you always are anyway now, you're working at home, but rather than me sort of talking you through stuff, I will send you the extract, which we're going to be looking at today. It's up to you. If you want to use that, that's fine. Alternately, you could just go from your book. I'll make sure everything's on screen, so you can just use your copy of the novel. But anyway, here's the bit that will come before the extract. Okay, and here also is the question. I'll talk about them both together. So, read the following extract from chapter 8, and then answer the question that follows. In this extract, Utterson has been called to Jekyll's house by his butler Poole, who is worried about his master. And here's the question. Starting with this extract, how does Stevenson use place to suggest a dramatic climax? Write about how Stevenson how Stevenson creates a dramatic conclusion in this extract, and how Stevenson uses place elsewhere in the novel to create drama. Okay, so that's quite a tricky question actually, because it's asking you to look at maybe 2 or 3 things at once. Okay, just in the first instance, I'm trying to give you 2 minutes, please, and if you can just hit pause. Just have a look at this, this bit before and the question itself. What sort of things might you immediately underline or highlight and say, that's important, and why is it important? So just hit pause, give yourself 2 minutes, and then come back. Okay. So, hopefully the first thing that you might have noticed is chapter 8. Now, of course, chapter 8 is very much the end of the story, really, isn't it? It's where we find the body of Hyde. And the 2 chapters that follow, chapter 9 and 10, well, chapter 9 is Lanyon's narrative, and chapter 10 is Jekyll's account. So both of those chapters sort of take a step backwards. So chapter 8 is where the narrative reaches its conclusion. So it's important, particularly with this question where I'm talking about dramatic conclusion. Chapter 8 is the conclusion in many ways. Okay, and while I'm talking about dramatic conclusions and dramatic climaxes, well, what do I want there? So first of all, if it is a conclusion, well, I want to see loose ends all tied up. As a reader, I want some kind of resolution to the mystery that has been raised. Okay, and in terms of a dramatic climax, well, what am I looking for there? Well, I suppose that's suggesting big events, really. Certainly a high point in many ways. So, all right, well, let's keep those in mind. Here's the extract. As I say, it comes from page 52 of the novel, so I have sent you the extract, as I say, but honestly, don't waste your printer ink. There's no need to print that out. You can annotate just as easily in your copy of the novel, or just jot notes straight into your book if you prefer. So what I'm not going to do here is talk you through this, okay? Because I don't want to take away the opportunity for you guys to do the work yourself. So what I will do is just upload to a separate video. I'll go through in a separate video some of the things I noticed here. So you can either watch that if you think, well, I can't find anything here. Go and have a look at that other video now, and that might give you some help. Or alternately, you can have a look at that one at the end, and you might be able to look and, oh yeah, I've spotted most of that stuff. So anyway, let's give you, maybe it's about 5 or 10 minutes, please, now. So 5 or 10 minutes, please. Just annotate this extract in your exercise book, in your copy of the novel is sensible. Just use pencil, do it lightly, or just jot notes into your book. 10 minutes though, hit pause, come back when you're done. Okay, so as I say, I'm not going to talk about that. Hopefully you've got some notes there from the last 10 minutes. Straightforward now. There are some on the second page of that extract, if you can just find that. There are some activities that I'd like you to do. Actually, I think they start just immediately on the first page, just under the extract. One thing I'm not going to ask you to do is to do the essay. Okay, now you're welcome to do that, but I'm not going to, because I think technically now we're into your pre-exam revision period. We're 2 weeks away from what would be your exams. I must confess, I don't actually know what's going to happen with those at this stage. But until I hear otherwise, I'm going to work on the basis that you will still be doing an exam of some form or another during that period. I don't know if that's the case, but I'm sure I'll find out soon enough, and I'll let you know. Anyways, so I'm not going to set it as an essay, but if you want to have a go, please do. If you do, though, just remember that extract, that essay structure I mentioned to you before. So there's your introduction, a 3-stage introduction, importance of the theme to the novel, importance of the theme to this extract, your own view, and then 3 of these paragraphs. These 2 together make 1 paragraph. One idea about the theme illustrated in the extract, and then a corresponding idea illustrated elsewhere in the novel. Do that 3 times, and then a brief paragraph explaining the significance or relevance of the theme and the novel to the modern day. Okay, as I say, pretty much for the rest of today's lesson time, I just want you to work through those activities. So keep an eye on the time, don't go beyond the hour, but that should give you some idea of the kind of the amount of detail I want in your answers. Okay, so hit pause, and if you can just work through that in your book, and then start us playing again when you're done. Okay. Okay, so I think that's us done now for the day. Hopefully all that made sense. Macbeth, next lesson, I'll try and go easy on you a little bit, because it's occurred to me that with all this working from home, you're probably getting absolutely hammered with the amount of writing that you're having to do. So I'll try and go a little easy on you. I'm not making any promises, but I will try. And I hope you're doing okay. I hope everyone around you is okay as well. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you on Wednesday.